Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the workshop on data visualization with Tableau. So this afternoon, we will have a speaker from Taylor's University, and this is my second time that I become her moderator. Okay, thank you, Miss Dini, for joining us. And how are you today?
Good, Alhamdulillah. Thank you for having me
Alhamdulillah.
here.
Yeah. So for all participants, before we start our workshop today, I just want to ensure you that you already have a Tableau desktop installed on your desktop. So please tell us if you have some problem for installing the software that we will use for today's workshop. Okay, so before we start, let me tell you briefly about the background of our speaker today. So our speaker is Dr. Dini Oktarina Dwi Handayani, and currently she is a lecturer from the School of Computer Science and Engineering from Faculty of Innovation and Technology, Taylor's University, located in Malaysia. And then uh, for her academic qualification, she was graduated uh, from International Islamic University, Malaysia, for her Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, as long as for her Master of Information Technology. And for her bachelor degree, she gained from the Sekolah Tinggi Sains and Teknologi Indonesia in Bandung. And speaking about her areas of expertise, she has uh, her expertise in machine learning and fuzzy logic, also in computational linguistics, especially in natural language processing and sentiment analysis, and also in cognitive science. When on the previous workshop, she gave this her talk about the cognitive science. Yeah, it was also held by UEE. And she also have some expertise in data science, data mining, and data visualization. And for her research interest, she has put her interest on brain-computer interaction, effective computing, data visualization, and also in sentiment analysis. And for her teaching experience, she has some class for the bachelor degree for the some courses of principle of software engineering, data visualization, artificial intelligence, also in computer vision and natural language processing. And last, for her publication, she has published her research in computational visualization of customer mood using effective space model approach. Yeah, so well, I have a quite long list of her publication, but I will not take her time. So today, uh, she will show us about some basic theory of visualization, and then it will be continue with the tutorial for data visualization. Okay, Miss Dini, that's all that I can share now. So I will give you the time to start your tutorial. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So later I will share 2 slides here for all the participants. The first slide is more to the theory because we also need to know the theory about the data visualization, but I will just give you a brief theory about the data visualization because today we are more to the hands-on workshop. And the second slide will be on the practical. So all the chart and dashboard and also the storyboard that we will use for today workshop, you can refer to the second slide. And maybe while waiting I explained the first slide. For those who don't have the Tableau at the moment, you can install on your machine. And may I know committee already shared the data for today workshop?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so do I need to share here or committee will share to the participant?
I can help you. You know, the committee will share the file to the participants.
Okay, so I already sent last night.
Yeah.
So maybe can check ya with Ibu Ari.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I will share my screen now. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes,
Can
we can see your screen.
All right, thank you. Okay, so we start now. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today, our workshop is more to we will use Tableau for data visualization. So we have 2 hours. So hopefully we can complete all the material. Okay, so the first session, I will share this slide. Then later we will use Tableau for the hands-on workshop. So this is me. I'm from Taylor's University. So I, at the moment, lecturer from Taylor's University, and also I teach data visualization for my bachelor student. So today I will share with you all. So hopefully you will get something from today workshop. Yeah. Okay, so this is the outline for the first session. First is what is data visualization, and I will give you a brief history of data analytics. What is visual perception, chart types, the use of color in data visualization, design consideration, typeface versus font, emphasis guideline for dashboard, and element of storytelling. So today we not only generate chart, but I plan to also give you some practice on how to design a dashboard and also for design the storyboard. Right, so the first thing is you have to know what is data visualization. So actually data visualization in the definition of data visualization may vary. So data visualization can be a technique to visualize data. So as you know, we live in the area of we have a very different type of data. Data can be structured data and also can be unstructured data. And to get the information about the data, we have to know how to deal with the data. Then later we can get the information from the data itself. That's why we have to know the data visualization technique. So this is the brief sample. So this is what you see. We can consider this is as a data. Okay, actually the same image, but with different approach. You can see different picture here. Different color here. Then still with the same picture, with the same background, but additional data, which is you can see one man in front of the background image. So this is the data visualization. So you have to know how to deliver the message from your point of view to make your user understand with the visualization. So in general, I think you all familiar with this hierarchy. So in business intelligence, we know what is data, information, knowledge, and plan to guide action or key decision. Okay, but sometimes we can call it as the DIKW hierarchy, which is the data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. So first, we will deal with the data. So data is the fact and the statistic collect together for reference or analysis. And later from the data, you will get the information. So information is the fact, provide or learn about something or someone. And after you get the information, you will go to the next stage, which is the knowledge. So knowledge is the information and skill acquired through experience or education. Then later, from the knowledge, you will get the wisdom. Or here, for the business intelligence, you will get the strategy. So what is the strategy? Is a plan or action, or maybe policy or guidelines or whatever the term is to design to achieve your goal. Okay, so remember, sometimes we only deal with the data. So from the data itself, it's not really give you something that you can plan for future. But when you combine from the chunk of data become information, and you combine the information become knowledge, then you can plan for your future. Okay, so from data to action. So if you have data and it's become information, the kind of question that sometimes arise when you find the data is like how many, how much, what kind of data, something like that. Then if it's already become the information, you can go further with the question such as why, okay? Then later, if it's already become the knowledge, the question also change. It's more to the how do we do with this knowledge, or what can we do for this thing or that thing, and so on. Yeah, so remember the hierarchy is start from data, become information, become knowledge, and the last stage is plan. Yeah, is the plan, is the strategy, or is the wisdom. It's depend on the term that you are follow. Next is the brief history of data analytics. So as you know, long time ago, we already communicate through the visualization. Maybe long time ago, we only use the symbol to communicate each other. Then later, it's changed to the text, and until now, we have a lot of tools to use for the information sharing and so on. And in the early year, in the 2nd century, so the first communication is something like this. Okay. And in the 17th century, this is the first time we know the Cartesian coordinate is the 2-dimension, the x-axis and y-axis. Then in the late 80s or early 19th century, we already have the line graph, pie chart, and so on. Okay, so I will not going to discuss in detail. Yeah, this is just to give you the brief information about the history of data visualization. And in early 19th century, this map of Napoleon is already developed. So this is a very, very famous map for the Napoleon strategy. There's a lot of theory and a lot of practice in the data visualization field referring to this map. Okay, and in the 20th century, Jacques Bertin is the French cartographer and theorist, also start to do the data visualization. Okay, John Turkey also the famous data visualization key founder in the 20th century. I think you all familiar with this EDA, the exploratory data analysis, such as a box plot, histogram, Pareto scatter. So this is the commonly used chart on the statistic. Then for the contemporary practitioners, it start with the Edward Tufte. So he is a very well-known person on the data visualization. And William Cleveland also same, Stephen Few. and so on. Okay, so we start with the visual perception. Okay, as a human, we can easily process the information from image compared to text. Okay, so if we see one image, it will go direct to the virtual cortex. So compared to text, sometimes if compared to text, we need some time to understand the text itself before we process into and send inside our brain. Different with visualization, yeah, different with image, it will go direct to visual cortex. That's why data visualization is very important, because a human is easily understand image compared to text, especially if you see the text which the language you're not familiar, right? So first you have to understand what language is that. Second, maybe you have to understand what is the meaning of that text and so on. But if you see image, it will go direct to your visual cortex. Okay, that's why data visualization is very important. So if we are talking about the type of data, data can be qualitative or quantitative. Yeah, so the qualitative data can be categorical or ordinal. So you can see the sample here, the qualitative data, for example, Arizona, New York, Sarah, John, Bud Light, Stella Artois, and so on. And if we are talking about the ordinal qualitative data, you can talk about the gold, silver, excellent, good, poor, and so on. And for the quantitative data, is a bit easier, yeah, to understand about the quantitative data. So when we are talking about the weight, when we are talking about the cost, when we are talking about the time, so we can consider all that kind of data is quantitative. Okay. Then later we will discuss about pre-attentive visual attribute, because on your data visualization, you have to consider the different length of your component on your chart, maybe different width, different orientation, size, shape, and so on. Okay, so this is the pre-attentive visual attribute: length, width, orientation, size, shape, curvature, enclosure, 2D, position, spatial grouping, color hue, and color intensity. So later we will try for the practical. Okay, so how do humans like their data? So if you are talking about the categorical, so we are talking about the position, shape, and different color. Yeah, remember, categorical is kind of the qualitative data. So the ordinal sample of data like position, size, color intensity, and so on. And in the quantitative data, we are talking also about the position, but in different terms. Later we will know what is the different position in qualitative and position in quantitative. Length, size, and color intensity. Now we are talking about the chart type. So I believe all of you familiar with some of chart that I will show here. Later we will try, yeah? Hopefully can try all. So I try to make it order in alphabet, but I forget the first chart is the area chart. Yeah, I think you all familiar with area chart. The second one is the bar chart. Yeah, so for the, if you not sure what kind of chart you can display, if you have data and you're not sure what kind of chart is sufficient for your visualization, first thing you can try is bar chart, because bar chart is easily to understand, even for lay user, easily understand bar chart. So no need to think about the fancy visualization. So first, try to visualize in very simple visualization bar chart. So after you display the data using bar chart, if you think you want to add some more information, then you can try to choose other visualization. Okay. Then next is the box plot. I think you all also familiar. Box plot is the commonly used in statistic field. So in box plot, you can show the data in the minimum, maximum, median, XY, X2, X3, and so on. Yeah, this one is very familiar. And next is the bullet graph. It's a bit similar with the box plot, but with some additional information. Then next is choropleth map. Here we try to display your data. If you have the data with longitude and latitude, it's very easy for you to display using this map. But if you only have, for example, country ID or maybe is a zip code, you also can try to add additional information from database. So to check the longitude and latitude from your zip code, because zip code is unique. So once you put the zip code, it will give you the information about the longitude and latitude. Yeah, so it's easily for you to display the map. Next is the diverging bar chart. So this is the additional, the extension of bar chart. So the basic idea is still same, the bar chart, but with the additional dimension, you can display in different way. So for example here, you can display your data using the diverging bar chart. Next is the dot plot. Okay, dot plot also possible to use for visualize your data. Next is the dot plot with jitter. This is the extension of the dot plot. Next is a Gantt chart. I think you all also familiar with the Gantt chart, especially for final year student or maybe master and PhD. But I think lecturer also use the Gantt chart because we have to set our goal and also the outcome. So Gantt chart also good example to visualize your data if you want to show in the schedule time. Okay. Next is the heat map. Heat map is used to display the data using different color to highlight the difference inside the table. Okay, we can try later. Then highlight table is a bit similar also with the heat map, but here additional information you can have for this kind of data. Next is histogram. Histogram is also commonly used chart for statistics, so where you can show the normal distribution with the bell curve. So it's using histogram. Then line chart. So line chart and area chart usually used for a type of data that showing trend over time. Okay, so if you have the data correlate with the different time, so it's better for you to display using the line chart or maybe area chart, because the different in the x-axis usually we put the time. So from left to right, showing the different time period. Next is the lollipop chart. So lollipop chart actually is the similar with the bar chart, but make some changes with the additional, it's combination of two chart. First is the bar chart and the second one is the circle chart and become the lollipop. We can try later. And next is the scatter plot. Scatter plot usually you can use this kind of chart to show the relationship between two variables. Okay, so for example here, two variable, we can also call it as a two dimension. So first is x-axis, second is the y-axis. So the correlation between the two variable become one dot of scatter plot. But for example, you have additional information, it's become the dimension number 3, then you can change the size of your scatter plot. Okay, so that's already 3 dimension. Then for example, you have another information that you want to add for this visualization, meaning you will have the dimension number 4, then maybe you can change the color. Okay, so dimension is already 4, x-axis, y-axis, and size of your circle. And number 5 is your color of your circle. So what if you have the dimension number 5? Okay, so you can also change the shape. So maybe not all using circle, maybe some circle, some square, some triangle, referring to the different of the dimension number 5. Next is the slope graph. Okay, so we can also try this one using the position to show the quantitative comparison or rank. Okay. Spark line or spark bar is combination between the bar chart and also line chart. It's also possible to combine 2 type of chart. Stack bar chart, another example. Then the symbol map. So I already give you a sample to display your data using the map. Here also can possible if you don't want to put all the color on the area of your map, for example. Yeah, here you can see on the screen, you only see a circle. So different size of the circle showing a different information that you try to explain on this visualization. So same thing with the scatter plot. Here you can have more than 2 dimensions. So maybe first is the location of the map itself. Second, you try to showing something with the different size of the circle, or maybe later you can add one more information about something, then you can try to differentiate using color and so on. The shape also you can use here. Okay, so this one is the tree map. Yeah, you can use this data and showing the different based on the size. Okay, you can see here the different of data can display in different size of square. Okay, then waterfall chart is a bit similar with the Gantt chart, but waterfall sometimes you just remove the full chart, so it's become only half like this, yeah, become the waterfall. Then this one is the sample that you have to avoid, try to avoid, yeah, this bubble chart. For me, it's also good if you have this kind of chart, but sometimes you have to be careful because if you are using the bubble chart, the information like this is not really clear. Yeah, you can explain like different data have a different size of chart. It's a bit difficult to make a precise quantitative comparison. But later we try using the real data, but no worry, it's still also possible to display your data using this bubble chart. Okay, this one also you need to consider, yeah, to avoid this kind of chart, the concentric circle. So actually for pie chart, it's better to avoid, yeah, because for pie chart, you have to remember if you have data, for example, more than 5, and you try to categorize and display using the pie chart, it's not easy to differentiate between the size of your pie chart. Have to be careful. Donut chart is also a family of pie chart. You also have to consider to avoid this kind of chart. Okay, so pie chart is the parent. Try to avoid. And this one also the last sample of chart that you have to try to avoid, the word cloud. But if you think you want to have it, make sure all the data maybe only in one word. Sometimes if the data in two words is also not easy to recognize using the word cloud. All right, now we are talking about the use of color in data visualization. Okay, so you can see here on the left side is the earth tone color. So gentle brown, blues, calming. Okay, so you can use this one, or the cool color like soothing, restful, calm. Yeah, referring to that one. Compared to the color on the right side. This one, the unnatural color. Yeah, you try to avoid. Better to choose the left side. Okay, and next, how to use the color in data visualization. Okay, first is using the color for sequential. So color is ordered from low to high. Yeah, for example, here you can see on the screen using the blue color from the very soft blue, the fair blue into the dark blue. So you can use this kind of color to show the sequential. Yeah, so from low to high. And the second sample, the use of color in data visualization is to diverging. Yeah, for diverging, usually you have the middle color. Yeah, for example, here from orange, tone down into gray and change to blue. If diverging, meaning you have the middle color, but it's not necessary middle is the zero. Yeah. So sometimes, for example, you want to showing the high profit and low profit, and you can showing using the diverging color. Okay, but if you want to showing like the our case, our data set for today workshop is the COVID-19 case. So maybe from low case to the high case, then you can use the sequential color. And number 3 is categorical. For categorical, make sure your category is not more than 5. Yeah, if you category more than 5, it's not easy to recognize the color. Okay, so be careful. And the use of color for highlighting. For example, here, most of the color is gray, but one have the blue color. So you try to highlight something with the different of color. Then the last sample of the use of color is to alerting. So for example, all the color is gray, then you want to alert something, then put red color. Okay, so this is the sample on how to use the sequential color. Then this is the sample on how to use diverging color. And this is sample categorical color. So if only 3 category is easy to recognize, yeah. But if more than 5, it's not recommended. Next is the sample on how to use color to highlight something. And this one to alerting something. Okay, so if you are using too much color, it will be something like this. So it's not easy to recognize. Yeah, so better to avoid to use too much color. Yeah, it will be something like this. Right, then for the design consideration, only 4C you have to consider. First is clear, second is clean, number 4 is concise and captivating. Okay, so clear meaning easily seen, sharply defined. So you have to know who is the audience and what kind of message you try to deliver from your data visualization. And the second one is clean, meaning is complete, how to say, so from your visualization is the user can easily understand. For example, you not forget to put the label or axis, or maybe if you want to remove the grid line, also You have to do that, and clean in formatting, and clean the choice of color. And number 3 is a brief but comprehensive, not minimalist. Okay, minimalist sometimes okay, but sometimes if too minimalist, sometimes you forget to highlight the important thing. And the last one, does it capture attention? Yeah, because your data visualization, you want to give the information to your user, to the viewer of your data visualization. If it's not give the attention, so meaning you have to do something to make it more, give the attention to your user. Okay, so remember, so keep it simple and know the user. So why you have to know your user? For example, like this, you have one chart and you want to display to your user. Then your user is the elderly people. Okay, so for example, if elderly, maybe you can give the font size big. Okay, compared to kids, maybe kids, if you give the small font size, your user still can see the text, can read the sentence compared to the elderly. The use of color also same. If your user is kids, maybe you can use the maybe more cheerful color. Okay, so if your user, if you are using your data visualization for the formal situation, maybe you can choose the very formal visualization, not using the cartoon image, for example. Yeah, so as a consideration, you have to know your audience. Then next is the typography and data visualization design. So who give a font? Font also important. Okay, so typography is the art and technique of arranging type to make written language legible, readable, and appealing when displayed. So in this theory, you can choose what kind of font is suitable for your visualization, and also no need to use many type of font. Yeah, for example, for your title, you are using Arial. For your text, you are using Verdana. Another text using different kind of font is also not good. So better you choose one type of font in one family. Yeah, for example, for typeface, yeah, maybe you can choose the family of sans serif. Maybe for title using type A, for your label type B, for your another label using type C, but in the same family. So that's compared to different type of font is suggested for you. It's a suggestion for you to use the font in the same family. So that's why typeface versus font. Yeah, so better you choose font in the same typeface family compared to use many type of font. Okay, so for example like this, the example using Garamond typeface is the family of Garamond. So maybe you can choose the Garamond 3 for your title, then Garamond BE for your body, and so on. Is good to use the same font under the same typeface. Now is the 10 rules for effectively combining font. I think I will skip this one. You can just read. This is the theory. Then guideline for dashboard. Yeah, so I plan to give you one sample on how to create the dashboard for the COVID-19 case. Okay, so this is one of principle that you can follow on how to design the dashboard. But other principle also you can follow. For example, like Fibonacci diagram, you also can follow that. But for today's case, I choose this principle on how to create the dashboard. So your dashboard can be divided into 4 parts. So the most important part you can put here on the left top. So this is the most important part. And the second part, this one, the top right and bottom left is the neutral part. So it's not too important. And the last one, the least emphasis, you can put here on the right bottom. Yeah, because as a human, usually we look something on the left and top side. Yeah, sometimes we look at something following the F font. So from the left to right and go down, left to right, something like that. So that's why in this principle, the guideline is like this. First, the most important part you put here in the left top. And the neutral one you put on the right top and left bottom. And the least emphasis you put here on the right bottom. Okay, so for example, like this is the sample of dashboard. So if following the principle of 4 square, it will be like this. So the most important part is in the left top, the neutral one, right top, and left bottom. And the least emphasis or not too important, you put on the right bottom. Okay, so this is another example. Okay, but it's not necessary to follow this principle. This is one sample of the dashboard guideline, but you can also follow another principle. Yeah? Okay, for this one also like this. Okay. Okay, and the last one is owning your data story. Hopefully we can cover the storyboard. So I also want you to try to develop the storyboard. So element of storytelling. First is the element of attractive. Second is engagement. And number 3 is punchline. Okay, so what is the attraction? So you have to identify the theme. And again, you have to know your audience, determine your purpose, set the tone, and keep it simple. Yeah, so the attraction is the first thing you have to consider. And second is the rule of engagement. Whether you want to have the interaction from your user and what kind of visualization that you use to give the engagement, and you have to pay attention on the size, okay, color space, color, and so on. As I mentioned, if your audience is elderly, maybe you have to consider the big size of font or some others consideration, yeah. And the last one is the punchline, yeah. So you have to conclude clearly. So when your audience, when your user see your data visualization, they can easily get the conclusion. Yeah, so it's not give them another question. Then make a lasting impression. Okay, so this is some theory. Don't give them 4, give them 2 plus 2. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, 4 and 2 plus 2 is different. So for example here, maybe you are familiar with this movie, the Finding Nemo. Okay. So actually, for the Finding Nemo, the punchline is in the title. It's about the Finding Nemo. So actually, Nemo is always there. Yeah, we're not looking for Nemo, but the punchline on the title that makes the audience question, where is the Nemo? Something like that. Okay, so this is the Hans Rosling presentation breakdown, yeah, for the storyboard. First is the attraction, second is engage, and the last one is the punchline. Okay. So number have an important story to tell. They rely on you to give them a clear and convincing voice. Okay, for example, this is the sample of dashboard. Okay, data plan comparison across carriers. Then with some modification, it will be something like this. Okay, so the use of color also highlighting something. All right, so now we can try our Tableau now. Hopefully all of you already installed on your machine. Any question?
Yeah, so for those of you that have some question, you may put your question, yeah, on the chat room.
All right, so now we start the practical now. I want all of you open your Tableau. Okay, so I want to start with following the alphabet. Yeah, it's not about which one is the more important visualization, because I don't want to miss some chat. That's why I put as the alphabet order. Okay, so if you have question, maybe also you just raise, maybe open your mic so I can just give me a control so I can open your Tableau. Okay, Miss Lisda?
Yeah. What is the difference between Tableau Public and Tableau Desktop?
Okay, so we are using the Tableau Desktop. So I'm not sure with the Tableau Public. So actually the product from Tableau is Tableau Prep, the Tableau Preparation, and Tableau Desktop. So Tableau Preparation, actually you can use Tableau Preparation to prepare your data. Yeah, because for the data science, sometimes you have the data set, but you have to do something on the pre-processing. Yeah, for example, to handle the missing value, or maybe to handle the redundant value and so on. But for this case, I assume the data is ready to use. That's why I ask all the participants prepare with the Tableau. Then we can start our hands-on practical using Tableau Desktop. Okay, so all of you ready with the Tableau?
Okay.
Think already, yeah. So I will start. You already have the data set?
Oh yeah. Okay. So let me share. Okay, here. So to get the data, I will give the link, yeah, to access the data in the chat room. Wait, hold on a second. Oh yeah, there you go. So there is a Excel file related with the COVID-19.
Yes.
Please, all of you, go to the link that I have provided in the chat room. And Ms. Dini, there is a question here from Setiarani. In data visualization, which one is more important? Make it simple or make it attractive? Yeah.
Which one is more important? Make it simple or make it attractive? Actually, attractive here for the data visualization, it's not about the design itself. The attractive here meaning how the data can interact well with your user. So if the dashboard or the chat is simple, but the user can get information From that, I think it's better compared to you have the very complicated visualization, but the user cannot understand. Okay, so if you open first time your Tableau, sorry. Okay, done downloading. Okay, very good. Okay. Okay. Okay, so if this is your first time using Tableau, when you open your Tableau, you will get this kind of visualization. But for me, I already use my Tableau sometimes, so I have something inside the open. But for you, I think you don't have anything here. So first, you have to go to the left side to the connect. Okay, so in the left side, you can see connect, search for data, Tableau server, and so on. So here is the place where you can connect to your data. Okay, so for today example, your data is Microsoft Excel. So you just click the Microsoft Excel, then open your data. But for other case, yeah, for example, later on when you have the text file or JSON file or even Microsoft Access, you can just choose what type of file you have. Then you click on the connection, then you can direct. Oh, okay. So there is a question. Tableau compared to similar application like Power BI. Okay, so actually Power BI is also powerful, powerful tools and also free. For Tableau, we have a lot of support here. So for example, with the Tableau server, we can connect to the Tableau server and get the support as the, for example, dataset and also some expert already there. So if you publish your dashboard, you can get the feedback and comment from a lot of expert. So it's a support for you. And what else, yeah? Okay, so Tableau compared to Power BI, I think Tableau have different features with Power BI. Yeah, for example, you can also control your dashboard using voice, which is I think in Power BI you cannot use voice to control your visualization. Okay, so if you are using dataset from server, it's also possible. Yeah, here you can connect to SQL Server, MySQL, and so on. And for your own purpose, Tableau also give a sample dataset. Yeah, you can check on the Save Data Source. So Tableau already give the Superstore dataset. You can use this sample for your own purpose. Okay, so for example, today you just click Excel and click your COVID-19 data. Okay. Okay, can I check chat first? Okay. All right, so you already have your data now. The first column is date, rep. Okay, so this is the date, the data collected. So the last date is 9th of November. Okay, the dataset is from the European website. I cannot remember, but I download from there. So the second column is the COVID-19 geographic distribution. So it's referring to the date. Okay, and the second day, day, and the third column is month. You can see here November, October, and so on. 11, 10, and so on. And for year 2020, I think we have from the January 2019, but at the time the case is not too high. Okay, and the column number 5 is the COVID-19 geographic distribution case, follow with the geographic distribution number of death. Okay, so this is the number of case. Next is the number of deaths. And next is the countries and territories. Geographical ID, so for the countries and territories, if you want to display Indonesian data also possible. So you can check later, yeah. But it's order alphabet, so it starts with Afghanistan. Then country territory code, population data, and the last one is continent. Yeah, but here the continent actually complete, but they have others. Then later we just ignore others. Yeah. Okay, so if you already have your data, you can check on the bottom on the left side, data source. You are opening the data source windows. Then after that is the sheet 1, go to worksheet. Yeah, because we want to create the new data. That's why we open the sheet 1. Then next is the dashboard. And the last icon is for storyboard. Okay, now we go to worksheet. Click. Okay, so this is your worksheet. Okay, so first, wait ya. Okay, so you have, you can see here, you have the menu and toolbar, but I'm not going to explain one by one. Okay, because the most important part is, you know, how to create the visualization. Okay, and you can see here, the sheet 1 is your name of your sheet. For example, you change to area. Nah, so here also change to area. Then drop field here, drop field here, drop field here, meaning this is your canvas. Okay, so later, whatever you want to display, you have to drop here. Okay, and you can see here, tables, all your column already inside here. Okay, but you have additional column generated by Tableau. For example, here you have the latitude and longitude. If you check on the original data, you don't have this field. But since you have the country territory code, this latitude and longitude is generated automatic by Tableau.
Is there any different type of data here? So you have like ABC, it's I guess.
Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. So ABC meaning your data is text. Okay, so if you can see here, the icon is ABC, meaning is text. And if the icon is globe, meaning this is the map data. Okay. And if the data is like calendar, meaning date. Yeah, the date data type. Okay, so day is a number. ABC, sorry, the green one is a number and the ABC is text. Okay, all same ya. Green is referring to number and the latitude and longitude is the
position,
what we call it? Yes, yes, the
So-
geographic dimension.
Yes. So on the second part, on the bottom, like cases, cumulative number of for 14 days, is that generated by Tableau?
No, not all.
No, not
Uh-uh.
all. Oh, okay.
Yes, not all. So for example, here, measure value is generated by Tableau, longitude, latitude by Tableau, but some others no. Okay, I think my Tableau is different version. Maybe some of you, you can check ya on your Tableau. On the left side is already divide between the dimension and measurement.
Okay.
Okay, so dimension and measurement is referring to the qualitative and quantitative data. Okay, then, okay, on the bottom, yeah, I already explained. So this icon, the data source icon, if you want to open your data set, then beside the data source is the active worksheet. And if you want to add another worksheet, you just click the new worksheet. And the following icon to create the dashboard, and the last icon to create the storyboard.
Okay. So the product can be dashboard, or it can also be a storyboard.
Storyboard, yes. Then later, if you want to share with your client, for example, your client, they don't have Tableau, but they can install the Tableau reader. Okay, so the Tableau reader meaning your user can open your dashboard. Your user can open the storyboard without installing Tableau in their machine.
Okay.
Or maybe you can generate PDF file from your dashboard, but if you generate the PDF file, meaning it's not interactive anymore. So it's only become the still image.
Yes.
But if you send in Tableau file, so later if you have the filtering on your visualization, your user still can use the filtering.
Okay. Yes. So we can have interaction between user and the data visualization.
Correct. So we go up. This is the tab of data. So next to the data is the analytic. Okay. So in the analytic later, you can also use the constant line, or maybe you need to show the average line, the box plot, and so on. You can use this.
Okay.
And also, if you want to create the average in 95% or maybe you want to make a trend line and, for example, you want to do the forecasting, also possible. Yeah, for example, you have the COVID case, yeah, for today data set, then you try to predict what will happen in the next 3 months, for example. Then you just use this analytic forecast. Okay, so based on the historical data, Tableau can also help you to predict what will happen in the next 3 months or 2 years, 10 years, also possible. Okay. All right, so then here is the page. Later we try this one. After page is the filter. So this is the shelf when you can put your field as the filter. Okay, later we try. Then on the bottom side is the mark. Here you can change the style of your chart, yeah, automatic, bar, and so on. Then you can also change the color, size, text, detail, and tooltips. Okay. Then on the right side is the column and row. So here where you put your field, you can put as a column or you can put as a row. All right. Then later, if you use color, Tableau will automatically generate a legend for you. So later you will have the legend on the right side, but you can also drag here, and maybe later on the dashboard, if you think it's not necessary to have legend, you just delete. Okay, and what else? Okay, later you will see the different type of data. For example, I just drag the date wrap on the column. Okay, and also date wrap on the row. Okay, so blue color meaning your data is discrete.
Okay.
And if you want to make it continuous, you just change into continuous, then it change into green. So later, if you think you want to use the discrete data, make sure the color is blue. If you plan to use the discrete data, but the color is still green, then you have to click on the arrow there and change from discrete to continuous, or from continuous to discrete. I think you know, yeah, what is different discrete and continuous. So discrete like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but if the continue like
Integer.
1.2, 1.3, and so on. Okay, so be careful with the color. So blue and green is different. Then what else? Yeah. Okay, I think we can start now. Okay. First, I want you to try create the area chart. Actually, I already have here. So I want you to try drag your date wrap to column, yeah, to the column here. Then on the row, drag cases. Okay. Okay, maybe I also try day. Sorry, you cannot see my screen now. Okay, like this. So what happened if you drag date and cases? Just drag and drop, yeah, like this. So by default, you will have the line chart. You can see, you can see my screen. Now, you can see on the column is year and color blue. I want to have day here. Just click the arrow icon, then choose day, like this. So your data is displayed daily, but you don't want to have it. You want to have it like per week. It will be like this. And you want to display per month, it will be like this. So it's up to you. For example, today we try to make it daily, like this. Okay, then after this, I want to have the information about continent. Then I want to have the different color from each continent. So what to do? You go to the left side, check the field of continent. This one, yeah, the ABC continent EXP. This is the information about continent. Drag under the color chart. Okay, you can check here under the mark chart, you have the country, territory, and continent EXP. I only want to have continent. So just remove the country, territory. Right click, remove. Now, you can see like blue color referring Africa. You can have the, you have the legend, yeah. So blue color referring to Africa, yellow color America, red Asia, cyan Europe, green Oceania, and yellow is others. Like this. Yeah, by default, you will have the line chart. But you don't want to have the line chart, it's okay. Next, we try to change. Now, try to change into area. It's become like this.
Okay.
Okay, from the area, yeah, if you check every time you change the position, it's already give you information. Yeah, for example, I drag my mouse in the orange area, it showed the tooltips of America, July 3rd and 2020, and the case 128,921. Okay, like this. So if you want to change this information, you go to label. Go to label and click. You see here, show mark label. So if you click this one and click all, sorry, it's only the continent. So you will have the data at the end like this.
The total number.
Yes.
Okay. Miss Dini, there are two questions here in the chat room. So from Edri Yunizal.
Apakah ada cara untuk menggabung beberapa data menjadi satu? Yes, yes, it's possible. If you go back to the data source, I read until finish ya. Misal ada 3 sheet dari Excel dengan kolom yang berbeda, tapi memiliki 2 kolom yang sama. Apakah 2 kolom dari ketiga sheet bisa digabungkan? Bisa. So we can use the inner join, left join, right join. You know better ya for that kind of join. You just go to the data source. Okay, so if you have more than one sheet, it will display here. Then you just click the new union. Okay, so from the new union letter, because now I cannot give a sample because I only have one data sheet here. But later, when you click new union, you can, what you call it, display, for example, which field you want to have it as the connection with another sheet. Yeah, for example, maybe country ID from the sheet A is same with the country ID from the sheet B. Something like
join ID, yeah? The join attribute. Okay.
Attribute, yeah.
It's also similar if we have more than one data source. Let's say that we have.
Yes, possible. You just call on the data source, then later the union you can refer to the you just call the data set there and make as a union. Or if you want to make it separate with the Tableau desktop, you can install the Tableau Prep. Okay, in the Tableau Prep, you also can change the, what we call it, the, for example, if you want to parse the data, also possible using the Tableau Prep.
Okay, so it's, yeah. So it's also related with the second question, is that possible to handle some missing value?
Okay, so
missing
for
data.
the missing data, actually, for today practical, I only give you up to maybe intermediate level, yeah. But for the advanced level, yes, possible to handle the missing data. So you can have additional function inside your Tableau, then it can handle the missing value. Yeah,
Okay.
you can use the maybe interpolation, or you can use another statistical technique to handle the missing value. Or maybe you just exclude. It's also possible.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so oh, it's not my. Okay, so you already have your area chart. My sample, I just drag the legend into the left side. So my legend now in the left side. Okay, so it's up to you. If you prefer to have it on the right side, also can. Now I want you to try the filtering. Because I already have the this visualization, that's why I have filter, continent, and date wrap. For you, you don't have. You just go to the left side, go to the date wrap, and make it as a filter, then show filter. I don't want here. I want to have the date wrap, show filter. Okay. So if you click show filter on the right side, you have filter here, date wrap. Now you can change the style of this filter. Yeah, you can make it as a range, or you make it as a relative data like this. So yesterday data, tomorrow data also possible. But for me, because I change into range, I have it like this. Then if you change the data, it will give you display, it will give you this different display because you already filter the data. Okay, so for example, you only want to have March until April, like this. For example, you want to have the July. So it become interactive. Yeah. So just leave it like this because I want to display all the data. Now I want to have continent as a filter. So same thing, go to your filter, right click, show filter. Okay, like this. Now you can change the style. You can have the single value list. Okay, so the radio button here, so meaning you only can choose one. Africa only, America only, Europe only, or all, like this. But for example, you don't want to give the option all, also possible. You have to modify on the filtering here. Okay, then you want to have the drop down single value, also possible, like this. Okay, or Oceania, like this, or just put it as all, like this. Then, if you want to have this filter for all your worksheet, you just right click and apply to worksheet all using this data source. Okay, because later on the dashboard, you will combine maybe from 2 or more chart. If one chart never put the filter like this, when you combine and make a changes, that particular chart that you never consider filter never change. So to make it safe, just go to the filter, choose the apply to worksheet, choose all using this data source. Okay, then maybe if go back to the previous question comparing Tableau and Power BI, even though Tableau is considered as the paid software, but as an academician, lecturer or student, you can request to get the activation key, then you can use Tableau for 1 year. Okay, for today practical class, maybe some of you using the 14-day free, but if you need the extension, you can request to Tableau with your business email address, or maybe you can request to me. I can share my code if you want to extend.
Okay.
Okay, so any question for the area? If no, we continue, yeah. Then we continue, open new sheet, new worksheet like this. So, for example, you don't know what kind of visualization is good for your data. Okay, for example, you want to display case. Maybe now I want to display that and that representation. Oops, sorry. That and like this, yeah. Then you don't know what kind of visualization is good for this data. After you click like this, you go to show me. Click show me. Okay. Then if you see the chart is active, meaning you can use this kind of visualization for your data. But if the icon is invisible, yeah, or inactive like this, meaning it's not sufficient. Yeah, for example, for the map, it's not active because your data is a number and date. So you cannot display using map. But for others, possible. Okay, for example, choose the bar. Okay, like this. Yeah, so if you don't know what kind of data visualization sufficient for your data, you just click the data and go to show me.
So Tableau can recommend
Yes.
what type of visualization tools, yeah?
Yes. Now, this is the bar chart showing year. Then I don't want to have year here. I still want to have day like this. But I want to have date on the x-axis. Okay, you just go to this icon, the swap rows and column. Click now. Change already. On the x-axis is your date, and on your y-axis is your number of date case. Okay, maybe for the sheet, you can change into bar, date, case. Okay. Then maybe you want to change the color. You just go to color. Yeah, click the icon color. Then you can change the color. Maybe for that case, I want to change into red. Okay. And I don't want to have the border. Okay, like this. And I want to make it simple. I don't want to have the label on my y-axis. Okay, on the title, you just delete. And I don't want to have label on my x-axis. But if you want, no need to delete, yeah. For me, I don't want, that's why I delete. Okay, like this. Okay, still, I want to remove these grid lines. Then just right click, go to format. click the grid line here. Just change into none. Okay. Simple. No grid lines. But you still can get the information about the which day and the number of date case.
In daily format, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you want to change into month, also possible. Yes. Okay. Okay, any question for bar chart?
So far, so good. Yeah.
So good. Okay. Now we try the bubble. So actually, you can just change the style on the mark icon here. Yeah, if you want to change into line, just change here. Nah, see, automatic change to line. Then change to which one? Yeah, possible. Gantt chart. Also can. But just leave it as a bar. Okay. Now we try the bubble. Okay. So for this bubble, I choose continent because we know we only have 5 continents. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 with others. Yeah, others is not the continent. So we can use the bubble chart. Okay, just drag the continent EXP to the color. Then it will give you display like this. Then if you want to change the size, just click the size. Wait. Oh, it's already set the size based on the number of case. Okay, then you want to change the label inside, you just go to the label. Okay. And click the show mark label like this. And in the text, you can see the 3 dot there. You just click there, then modify. For example, here I put the continent EXP, referring to the continent name, and cases. Then you just put, it's not cases, yeah. Number of case, some cases. Sorry. Why don't have? Oh, because it's some death. So yeah, just. So you can call the field name, yeah. Okay, you just click insert, then all the field that register under this worksheet is already there. You just call, for example, here, because I want to display the number of death, just click the sum death. Okay, so this text is only additional.
Oh, so it's like the label, yeah. That is the label, but we generate the value using those brackets.
Yes.
Okay.
Then if you want to change the size, you just go there. Maybe change into 10, make it bigger, and put the bold maybe. Okay, this.
Okay. Those are the cosmetics.
Yes. Yeah, later maybe after you combine with all the chart, for example, you want to display the dashboard. Then when you display, maybe you think the color code is not correct, you want to change, you just go back here. Maybe you want to have the theme of UEE, for example, is a blue. Then you just change the sufficient color that can match with the UEE themes, for example.
Oh, so we change the those aspects in this area, yeah, in this. But then we can also put all together into as a dashboard, yeah.
Yes. But the changes have to do one by one.
Okay.
Okay. So now we try. How many minutes I still have?
It's about 20.
20. Okay. All right.
25.
Okay. So maybe later I will share my Tableau file, so you can also open all my sample here. So I have the diverging, I have funnel here, heat map, highlight, and so on. Because I want you to try to create the dashboard. So now I only want to focus for the dashboard. Okay. So next, I want you to create the chart only consists of total cases. Okay, how to do it? You just go to the cases and drag under text. Okay, then you just modify the text. Click text and click the button, the three dot like this. So in my case, I just put total cases as a title, then some cases as the field that I want to display. So for case, I put the blue color. Yeah, it's just a sample. For total case, for the title, I give the size 15 and bold. But for the some cases, I give 20 and bold. Both in blue color. Okay, so if you ask me why my total case on the center, okay, because I changed this one, the entire view. Okay, because if I put standard meaning like this, I put fit width like this, fit height like this, because I want to have it in the center. Oops, oops, oops. Okay, sorry. Okay, because I want to have it in the center, I just change. Sorry. I change into entire view. Okay. I have question. Is it possible in Tableau to save export? Yes, possible. Yeah, later for your visualization, if you want to export into JPEG, PNG or others image file, possible. Okay, so after have the total cases, I want you to create the total depth. To make it easy, on the total cases, on the sheet name, yeah, you just right click and duplicate. Duplicate, for example, now, because I want to have the total depth, that you just put total cases depth. Okay. Then what to do? You go to the table, choose the depth, drag into text. Okay, you have two, yeah? Some cases and some that. I only want to have that. Go to the cases, right click, remove. Okay, now I want to modify this display. Go to the text, click the three dot, total cases, change into total that. Size is 15 correct, size is 20 correct, but for total that, I don't want to have blue color because it's that, I change into red. Apply. Okay. Okay. Then go back to the bar chart that you have before. Which one, yeah? It's not this. Okay, the bar, that case. Now I also want you to duplicate this chart, change into the case. Right click, duplicate, then bar, cases, blue. Okay, same thing. Go to the cases, drag to your row. Why cannot? Okay, just remove cases, ya. Okay, why cannot? If you cannot drag, you just double click. Okay, now it's changed into some cases. Okay, to make it similar with your sum of cases, the color also change into blue. Okay. Okay, so how many chart you have? Area have the number of case and number of dead case, 2 bar chart, 5 already. Now I want you to create the simple table like this. Okay, so first you just drag countries and territories into your row and drag cases and dates after the countries and territories like this. Okay, I create the same, ya. Drag countries and territories into your row. Then drag the cases and that. Like this. One by one also can. This one is the case. Now is that. Like this. Okay. Now we try to create a map. Go to the new sheet. Okay, then drag the country territory code. Double click. Or it's not work for me, so just drag the latitude and longitude. Okay, then what you want to display? For me, I want to display the cumulative number for 14-day COVID cases per 100,000 cases. Just drag, put as a detail. Why it's not work? Okay, or like this. And for the cumulative number for 14 days, you just drag under color. Okay, and remember the theory for how to use the color. Just click the edit color. So I want to have it automatic, but I want to make it as a step color. So I choose step color 5. For you, if you want to make a step 10 step also possible, but for me, I want to use 5 step only. Then it become like this. Okay, so my legend I already drag into left side. So here you can see the changes of the color referring to different color. Referring to the number of case of COVID. Yeah, 3 is the minimum cases and the maximum is 87,000.
So they distribute even yeah.
Yeah, because I set into 5. So if you set into odd also can.
Okay.
Yeah, for example, you only want to have 4 step. Yeah, let's try. Change to 4 step only. Okay, like this. So if you check on your map, different color referring to different number of case. Okay, so for example here, the cyan color is showing Russia here. The number of case only 15,000. But checking the dark color around here, Espanyol, 36,000. Check Indonesia, 2,000. 2,000.145. Okay, so no need to create your own calculation. It's already divided by Tableau. Okay, so this one is referring to the cumulative case. For example, duplicate and make it as a map of cases, number of cases. Oh, I already have it. Map case blue. Okay, so you just drag cases into color. Delete the some cumulative. Drag into color. Hey, why it's not work? Wait ya. Not work. Wait ya. I have it here. Map cases. This one. So I have the sum of cases here. Then the color referring to blue. Change the color. Step 5 color. Okay. Okay, so you also can display the filtering here. Then when you change the continent for Africa, for example, only display the Africa continent. Okay, you can check here the dark blue only in the bottom area. I think this one is the South Africa. And other part is showing the light blue, meaning the number of case is not that much. Check about Asia. Okay, so you can see here in the Asia continent, the highest case, India.
Kini we still have 10 minutes left. Yeah?
Oh, okay. Alright. Now we try to create the dashboard. Maybe I will just showing my dashboard later. If I share my Tableau, you can follow, yeah. Okay, in this dashboard, okay, this is the sample of dashboard. So you just click the icon dashboard, yeah, right beside your worksheet. Okay. Then all your chart, all your worksheet will display here on the sheet.
So you can drag and drop to the dashboard area.
Correct. So for me, I changed the size into 1000 times 700. So it's up to you. So if you want to have the different size also can, or maybe you want to have it portrait also can. But for this case is landscape. So I set 1000 times 700. Then what to do? You just drag your chart inside this dashboard. Okay. So remember we have the total case. I drag here. And I put this total case on top of the bar case. And date also same. I have the date case on the bottom. And on the top of it, I put the total date. Okay. On the center, I have the cumulative case. Yeah, with the green color. And remember, we have the filtering here. So we can bring the filtering inside the dashboard. So the first filtering is the date rep, and the second one is the continent. Then the last chart I drag here is the country and put the case number and date number. So if you realize here, I don't have the legend color here, only for the map. Okay, for the date and the case I don't have because it's already showing here case display in the blue color and date display in the red color. So anything with the blue color referring to the number of case and anything with the red color referring to the number of date. Okay, so here the additional, if you click on the map chart, you can make it as a filter. Okay, so the default is not filter, but you can use it as a filter. So what happened? If you click the country inside this map, it will change the value.
Oh, okay. Also on the right side.
Yes.
Yeah, also change.
Okay, all is following this. This one also same. So for this table also same. If I click the country, it also change the information.
Okay.
So for example, this is the first dashboard that you have. If you want to display, you just click like this, presentation mode, like this. So this is your dashboard. Okay. So if you want to have the all continent, okay, it's showing all the continent. Then if you want to have the Africa only, okay, like this.
Can we sort based on the like ascending value for the
Can.
Okay.
Again, so because later on your chart, okay, for example, you want to modify which one you want to modify. For example, you want to modify this chart. You just click this chart and go to sheet. Then you modify here. Modify here, then later you just it's automatically refresh on your dashboard. Okay, the last one is the storyboard. So storyboard, you can have more than one story. Okay, I just give an example here. First, I want to have the global overview of COVID-19. So I just drag my dashboard, put here as the first story. And the second one, I want to make it more detailed. So I put the question here, which continent has the highest cases? Yeah, okay. Same thing with the dashboard. So all the chart that you have in this Tableau file is already registered here, and also your dashboard. So it's not only chart, yeah. So for example, here I have all of this chart, and also I have all this dashboard. Dashboard 1, dashboard story, dashboard continent, and dashboard case and that. Okay. Okay. So you just put blank, or you can put the duplicate if you want to have the same story. Okay. In the first story, the global overview COVID-19, I drag the dashboard that we have. Yeah, all same. Yeah, all same. And in the second story, which continent has the highest cases? Click here. Okay. So actually, I already create different dashboard. It consists of the this one we have the bubble chart, the continent with the number of death case. Then I put here the countries and territory, the same table, and the additional one is the countries inside this territory.
So basically, for the storyboard, it's like the compilation from many dashboards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, for example, first you want to have it in the global situation. You want to display the global overview COVID-19 around the world. Then maybe you want to make it more detailed. Which one is the highest case? Which continent with the highest case? Or maybe you only want to see the Asia countries, maybe, yeah. Then from the Asia continent. Then it will display Asia only and which countries inside this continent. Then from there, if you want to have it more detailed, for example, here I put the story number 3, cases and death each continent. See, yeah. So for America, this is the number of case, and also I can put the annotation here, and this is the number of death case in America.
Okay.
And later, if you want to make it more detailed, maybe you want to see in which particular month have the highest case, then you can display in more detail.
Okay. So
All right.
also another question from Nasihun, like, is it possible to use Tableau for statistical analytics?
Yes, possible. Okay. Possible. Because I think if you check on your worksheet, it's not only data, you can have the analytic here. Yeah, for example, if you want to have the forecast or if you want to put the box plot.
description.
Yes,
It's
that's possible.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Miss Dini, for the hands-on on the Tableau. So we really get some insights, yeah, how to present our data, since as you mentioned that picture will speak more, yeah, than only the rather than only showing number, yeah, and text.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you once again for your tutorial and also for the data. Hopefully that we can get the sample of the Tableau, yeah, the Tableau file, so that we can learn more on Tableau.